Good morning, everyone. Oh, Lord. I don't even know if that's plugged in. Probably not. Well, we'll just have to cope. Alright, morning, everyone. What I'm working on here today is a mixed bag of different work because I have client work to finish. However, I need to work on a couple different things. My cousin is acquiring a business, or in the process of acquiring a business, and he needed a new logo for the store. So what I did was take the first two letters of the logo itself, and I started working on basic shapes. All right. Still got to work on the overall character for that, but that's the general thought that I had. So, design-wise, the logo is rectangular overall, just in general. And it looks like it's about even. So if we double that, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, this is just to give me the space to work. Okay. So. So what I'm doing here is I'm marking out the general layout for this particular thing. So not really happy about that. Yeah, that works. One finger up, one finger down. I don't know about that. Dice, cards, figures. What else would be in that? Okay. I don't know if you can see. It's a little bright. It's hard to show you the original picture on my cell phone because the brightness of the screen. So the logo has two parts. This character and the magic poof. Not sure about the poof yet. Inside the poof is supposed to be items like dice, cards, maybe like miniatures. The original concept was a dragon, like he's summoning a creature. Another idea is heroes. Now I'm trying to figure out where to go with this. And I need to get a hold of the person that I'm doing the work for in order to solidify the overall design. And once I get that, what I do is I scan the design in, take it into a vectorizing program like Illustrator. You can probably do the same thing with Inkscape, which is a free program. And turn this into vector art. So yeah, until my client gets a hold of me for that, I'm not able to finish that. So let's see my pile of work to do. Now, as I'm looking for the work that I owe, I just cleaned, so everything is in a completely different organizational setup. I'm going to talk a little bit about this whole sub for sub and follow for follow. there are some pros and cons about it on both sides. However, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, there are more consequences than positives. You know what? Now I'm curious as to where the term pros and cons comes from. Huh. A little nerdy deliciousness here. Per dictionary.com, pros and cons is a plural noun. And the definition is various arguments in favor of or against. The word origin, they say, comes from the Latin of pro, which means for, and con from contra, which means against. Which contra, where we get words like contrary or contradiction. And it is considered an idiom or phrase where you use it in such sentences as, we need to weigh all the pros and cons before we decide to add a new wing to the library or some whatever. In this case, I'm using it to argue the pros and cons about... I'm having a hard time talking to the camera by myself. I'm going to go get a helper. I'm going to get my little helper. This is Werewolfie. And I'm going to stick him right here. And I'm going to talk to Werewolfie. Okay. There we go. A little bit better lighting. Oh, even better lighting. Nice. Okay. The pros and cons of sub for sub and follow for follow. Let me start that over again. Okay, so pros and cons. Pros and cons of sub for sub and follow for follow. First, above all, let's go with the pros, the reasons why you should do that. Let's go with the most obvious, which is YouTube. with their recent update. With their recent update in regards to how to get monetized. You need 1,000 followers minimum. As you need 1,000 followers minimum in order to satisfy half of the requirement. A lot of people have been doing sub for sub. This has a lot more negatives than positives. But YouTube didn't make it very easy to avoid the sub for sub because of the requirement of over 1,000 followers. Even recently, I had nearly made it to 120, and something cropped up. I wasn't able to hit a video, like make sure I live streamed one day because of Easter, and I don't really post a lot of good videos yet. I'm still working on that. I have a lot of potential content. I just have to edit it all. Edit it all. I just have to edit it all. I can speak. Really, I can. But the problem is with sub for sub is a part that has to do with YouTube's algorithm. You don't want to do a sub for sub because the subscriptions help YouTube to understand what it is that you want to see. And this is a problem. You might be a part of the I Am the Creator, Creators Unite movement, which is all good. I applaud you for that. I'm a part of that in my own way. However, and this is a big however, and it's a very important however, it messes with YouTube's algorithm. They're trying to use deep learning AI, and they're trying to teach it how to understand what it is that people want to see. They're also trying to teach it what's appropriate content and what's not. If you go around and sub to channels you wouldn't normally sub to, for whatever reason, just to sub to them, to help them to get to that point, you're going to do a couple of different things to your own algorithm. You're going to end up with videos in your suggested queue that have nothing to do with anything you're interested in. And all the stuff you normally are interested in, you're going to find that stuff suppressed and pushed down. After a while, if you leave the subscription alone, okay, yeah, sure, you'll be fine, maybe, because eventually it'll learn that you're only going to certain channels. The other downside to this is that in some cases, and this has been proven to me as well as to others, I've come across where someone subbed to me and it's just been a sub for sub kind of thing, and either they have unsubbed to me, or in the case of a YouTube friend of mine, vlogger, she actually proved this, that YouTube will take those subs away. It's some kind of systemic programmed thing. We haven't quite figured out how they manage it. But if it's just a sub for sub, they can tell when it's a sub for sub for the most part. She's gone in and she's subscribed to other people, and she really wants to see their content. She's really interested in it. And she's shown this on some of her live streams, where she subbed to somebody, and then the next day she goes in and they're not in her subscription list. So she has to go back and subscribe to them again. That's one of the cons, because you can lose subscriptions to channels that you would normally want to follow. Between the skewing of the content that's delivered to you, whether you care about that or not, and the removal of subscriptions, if you do a sub for sub consistently, your subs then become less important overall, especially to the people you're subscribing to, because YouTube could just go in and remove them. I've had this happen. I've gone to channels as well when a vlogger pointed this out to me. I love Vlogger, by the way. You should totally go visit her channel. She's funny. She's great. She's got a puppy. It's awesome. I met Vlogger in one of the various YouTube creator channels that I visit. And I forget which one. I think it was Think Media is where I met her. And she had offered the Adpocalypse Challenge. And from there, I started following her and a couple other vloggers. I don't normally follow vloggers. But I got to know these people through their chats, through their streams, through their videos, talking with them, things like that. And I subscribe to their channels because they either have a lot of positivity in their channels, they're amusing, entertaining, or other such reasons. Zena is probably one of my other favorite vloggers, and so is Vern, because for Vern, I connect with Vern because he's a parent. And I've seen a lot of his vlog builds where he's actually put together like a swing set and a parallel bar kind of thing for his kids. Totally right up my alley. I love that. He's also professional, like I am, working as a professional and a parent. So I love following his vlogs and watching his vlogs. They're amazing and informative and awesome. Zena, she lives way up north in the States. I love her humor, her positivity, her love, her energy in general. Crispy TV is another one. He's constantly putting out, affirmations and things like that. And even when I don't comment on his stuff because I'm just really busy, I'll put one of his videos on and I'll let it run while in my car and I'm listening to it while I'm driving to work. That has, in some cases, let me get through the day. And Vlogger, she's hilarious. She's great. I love her personality. I love her interactivity. And then you have the Omida family. You have, there's just so many shout-outs I could do. Like, so many shout-outs. And this was just from the I Am Creator and the Adpocalypse Challenge. Oh, I'm forgetting people. It's terrible. I can count on my finger, on my one hand. No, I can't. I need both hands and toes. I have Easy2, who has come to my videos before. Man, I feel bad for not shouting out everybody. But I'm getting off track here. The point is, I started following people I wouldn't normally follow because I like their content. Because I like them. Because I think they're awesome. Problem is now I'm getting a lot of vlog content that I wouldn't normally be interested in. But I don't want to miss their updates. And I don't want to miss their, the information and content they're offering. So what do? One of the things that I do is I have 3 channels. My oldest channel I've had since forever. Like 2011, something like that. At least that's what it tells me. I remember YouTube when it was in its infancy, when people were just barely starting stuff. And I swear I had a channel way back then, but something happened. Anyway. So, the reason why I don't do sub for sub is if I don't know you, or your channel, or your content, I'll take a look. I'll watch some of your videos. But if it's not up my alley, it's no rejection to you as a person. It's not a rejection of you as a person. And it's not a rejection in the sense that, oh my God, I don't like your stuff, blah, 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 boo-hoo, whatever. No. It's more that I have a limited amount of time in my day. And it doesn't mean your content is bad. It has nothing to do with that. What it is, it's along the lines like, I don't watch soap operas. I can't. They give me anxiety. It really bothers me to watch soap operas. I've never liked them since I was a kid. I won't watch them. That doesn't mean that there aren't good soap operas out there. And that doesn't mean I don't watch other shows that are soap opera-like. I mean, I'm a Next Generation fan, and if anything could be considered a space soap opera, that might be it. I love my TNG. I love my Worf. But the point is that it's something more than just a soap opera, you know? So in that case, it's just a matter of taste, and it's a matter of interest. I'm not a beauty vlogger person. I'm not interested in beauty vlogs. I might go on some at some point in time to get some makeup tips for cameras to reduce the overall glare, because I am pale as heck, and when I go on camera, the reflection from the light is just terrible. But I have never really gotten into doing my own makeup. I'm not interested in it. I'm totally not interested in it at all. It's not my thing. It's not my bag. I have makeup, but I don't really use it. So I'm not really interested in beauty vlogs. Now, could my sub help that particular person? Yes. But it has some negative impacts to me. And that sub, even though I subscribe to somebody, those subs might get taken off by YouTube because it's not my normal content that I would normally follow. See what I'm saying? Now, Twitch doesn't exactly work the same way as YouTube, because YouTube is more of a video search engine than Twitch is. They do have suggested channels that pop up, but it's not quite in the same way that YouTube works. So a follow for follow on Twitch doesn't quite have the same impact. The way the interface for Twitch is, yeah, it doesn't work the same way. But in the case for Twitch, it's totally a preference thing. I tend to follow gamers who play games that I like. Nerdy gamers specifically. But my biggest interest in Twitch are all the creative types. If you're not an animator, illustrator, painter, crafter, cosplayer, sewer, crocheter, if you don't do these sorts of things, it's very, very much unlikely that I'll follow that channel. If I know you as a person and you're doing gaming on a different level, or you're a friend of mine, you know, that I know physically in the real world, and I know you, I will more than likely follow you. There are some YouTubers that I have subscribed to, like Vlogger, who have come over to Twitch to try it out, and I will follow them, because there's already that relationship there. But generally speaking, I will drop into a channel, I'll get a feel for that Twitch streamer's community, get a feel for the personalities that are in there, get a feel for that particular individual that's doing the stream, that kind of thing. I think I have one person on there that I started to follow because they did amazing art, and I found them through Instagram. But he does an IRL stream. He does, like, it's almost a 24-hour stream, not quite. I think he does 12 to 16 hours or some crazy something like that. I don't know. But his personality overall is kind of like the kind of people that I would like to meet in real life. You know, like somebody I would like to hang out with, maybe if they did bars, go hang out and shoot some pool or draw with, or otherwise just, you know, people that I might want to invite over to my house just to hang out. But in those cases, like I said, there isn't very many cons to not doing a follow for follow, aside from there's a sidebar to the left in the Twitch dashboard interface, and it tells you who's currently online. If you do follow for a whole bunch of different people, then when they come on, that sidebar you could end up scrolling on forever. So really, that's the only downside that I could see to doing a follow for follow on Twitch. My thing is that these things, subscriptions and follows, they are a form of support. Subscriptions and follows are a show of support. Oh my goodness. Subscriptions and follows are a show of support. My daughter keeps moaning in the background. She's starting to wake up. Subscriptions and follows are a show of support. Now, a lot of people get really sensitive about this, and this can cause a lot of ridiculous drama. I really don't do sub for sub, and I really don't do follow for follow because it doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense. Especially with YouTube, because of their algorithm. And on Twitch, it's a preference. It's like, I don't like the color pink. I'm not a color pink fan. I don't hate it. And that's where a lot of people get this idea from. They get overly sensitive about people who won't do sub for sub or won't do follow for follow. And it's not fair to be judged like that. Because it's not that I hate. It's not that I dislike. It's a preference thing. It's like telling somebody, oh, well, I don't like chocolate ice cream. I mean, who doesn't like chocolate ice cream, right? But in all reality, there are some people who don't like chocolate ice cream. There's no reason to get mad or upset at them. There's no reason to go and pull your subscription, your follow from them because they're not reciprocating. Being forced to reciprocate is actually rather, well, it's not nice. The if you don't this, then that, I have been told by counselors, is actually technically a little bit on the overly forceful side. If you don't do this, then I'll do that. If you don't follow me, then I'll unfollow you. At least it doesn't get to the point where if you don't follow me, I'll just, blacklist you from everything and blah, blah, blah. But there are people out there that would react that way. And you got to really take into consideration what the whole point of even asking for that sub is in the first place. The only reason to try to get to that 1,000 followers, and I think on Twitch it's 50. You need to have 50 followers. I have to check that again. Is to open up monetization. But the monetization on YouTube really isn't worth it because you need, what was it the one guy said? In order to make $1,000, you need to have like over 100,000 views. And that depends entirely on the category that you're in. If you're an education channel, you get a higher CPM rate. But if you have any of the other categories that have a lower CPM rate, it's really not worth it. The only thing that would unlock, as far as I know, and YouTube is still trying to fix this, but what would happen? Hold on. I've actually gone on my Twitch dashboard because I got to find out. As it's loading, I just completely lost the train of thought. Doot doot. just pulled out. Woohoo! And not painting with T. No. Not painting with T. What? Oh man, I gotta fix that. Go figure. Okay. So on Twitch I have 15 followers. To get, where is it? Achievements. Achievements. Now, both my Twitch and my YouTube accounts are not monetized. In order to get monetized, I have to get, I believe, to partner. But to get a partner application invite, you need all 3 check marks for stream for 25 hours in the last 30 days. I've been able to do that with some of my live streams. I have to do it more often, though. Stream for 12 unique days in the last 30 days. Because remember, that's all about, stream is all about, or Twitch is all about streaming. And then reach 75 average viewers in the last 30 days. It's a lot harder than you think on Twitch. I mean, as it is, I'm lucky to get 2. So I have to, in order to make the path to partner, to unlock Twitch's monetization features, like to get subscribers, because for Twitch, a subscriber would be the equivalent of a YouTube sponsor. Anyway. So for Twitch, a follow for follow has less impact overall. But for me, it's an ethics thing. It really is. But on YouTube, there's a lot bigger impact. And my daughter's waking up. Bless you. Bless you. Oh, my little girl's angry. Somebody's waking up. So there's that one. That's gotta get scanned in. Oh my goodness, why are you whining? Why are you fussing? You always do this. Always do this. I even tried to keep you up late last night. Oh no. These are the tests for the different kinds of green tea that I have. And one of the things that I learned is that some of the tea types oxidize and turn brown. This was matcha. This was a very brilliant green, and it's turning brown. This is a red rose orange peyote. That's typical tea colors. This is the orange spice. It was more orangey green, and that started oxidizing. This is the Bigelow green tea. That's still more green, but it's also oxidizing. This was Lipton green tea. This was also much brighter green. And this was the jasmine, which was a nice off-color green. And that, too, they all oxidized. This Bigelow is the one that's the most green. So, it's an interesting test. Now I had other little artwork to work on. I can't find it right now. So this and this. Instead of whining about it, you could always ask me. Nicely, like a big girl. Yeah. Maybe. Or are you just too tired to ask nicely? Is that it? I know. They're right there by your head.
No, I can't reach them. My stuffed animals are in the way.
So what do you say? Rather than whine. Rather than whine. I know you need help, but you don't need to whine about it, my love.
I want you to get up.
What happened to saying please? What happened to being nice? What happened to being nice? If your stuffed animal's in the way, how am I supposed to get them? They're in my way too. Oh. Oh. You know I'm streaming and trying to do art, right?
Oh,
Ah, sorry, did I poke you? Sorry. You sound like you need some medicine.
no.
How about I'm gonna chase you up to bed?
No,
Now reach.
No.
Now reach.
Let's do it together.
Oh, okay. Now close your fingers. Got it? Oh, open. Okay, close. Open. Close. Drop them. There you go. You know, I'm trying to. Ow, my nose. I'm trying to straighten it. Making it very hard. Get off. No, stop. Stop. It's not funny. No, because you keep squishing my. My head's falling off the bed.
Oh, I got you, by the way.
Thank you. Oh. Come on in.
Oh, can I have some chocolate ice cream?
I don't have any chocolate ice cream. Chocolate ice cream. There's your. Oops, sorry. There's no chocolate ice cream in the house.
Yes, there.
No, there's not. I have vanilla ice cream.
Can I have vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup?
Yeah, after you have breakfast.
Just half. Just a little bit of
my
syrup.
hair thing fell off. Oh, come on.
Oh,
Get off of me, please. I'm stuck. Oh. Mommy.
Whoa.
Mommy.
Oh.
Pick it all up.
I accidentally.
I know. Pick it all up.
Can you help me?
No. No, don't do that. Put it in the bucket. Oh my god. Like, seriously, child. What? Give me a bucket. I can't believe you did that. No, you put it in your bucket. I'm picking up all the grass that you tossed everywhere.
It's not grass.
It's fake grass. You don't want the cat getting it.
No, you don't. Oh, there's tiny pieces of the grass.
I know, you spilled them everywhere.
No!
Oh. I agreed, headache. How you doing this morning? I'm dealing with child issues.
I really want some help.
I won't.
Please.
Oh, okay, since you asked so nicely. Here, why don't you slide off the bed carefully? Oh, grass all over the place. All the candy?
Yep.
Good job.
How can we please help me pick up the grass?
Here.
Here's some.
What are you doing? Put it back in there.
And then you have to pour it in there.
No, just pick up the grass. Next time, can you please be more careful?
Yes, we will. Oh, it's tiny.
No, we're not pouring it back in there.
There's some more grass.
Yep, there is.
Here. Here's some for you. Oh, got stuck. Here's some more. In your way.
Come on. Your head's in my way. Come here. Don't move. Don't move.
How did that get in there?
No idea. Can I have a couple?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it broke. But I fixed it. Mommy, you forgot a little piece.
And you found it.
Tigger.
What is he doing?
Look. He went up on the bed and he wants some of my candy.
He doesn't. He's just curious about things. He's not going to get you candy.
Yeah, but he wants some.
Hi, buddy. He's a good kitty.
I know.
He's just wondering what we're doing.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
I think he wants to
Tigger.
play.
Yeah. I'll give him his present. No.
Bite me. Need to bite me. It was biting me.
Why?
Because he wants to play. Watch. Here. Rah, rah, rah.
Ah! Oh,
He was biting me. His bites only pinch a little bit.
Yeah. No. That's not friend. I'll give him his present.
Funny. Hey, Nabil. How you doing, man?
Fine.
Drakenwolf. Hold on. Let me type it out. Once I get done some of my client work, I'm going to eventually start working on my son's streaming
Tigger.
graphics. Pardon me, I have candy in my mouth.
We have to not eat his.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Can I have mine now?
You already had yours.
Can I have one of those? Okay. Tigger.
Hmm.
You want this? Tigger wants
Potato Hypers. Yay, thank you for following. And Nabil, is that you? Or is that somebody new? I love those things. I love those alerts. At one point, again, once I get done with other client work, I'm going to be making my own animations. Because as awesome as those zombies are and stuff, I want to make my own little graphics.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it all twisted again. Oh my god. What is with these things? They get, oh my goodness.
Mom, a heart-shaped candy.
Oh, that's so nice.
Guys, can you see it?
Can you stop?
You just showed.
I know you're just shining.
Oh.
Ta-da! I fixed it. Haha. However, this plastic slinky has a kink in it right there. Makes it. It's plastic. Maybe I can.
Ow!
Hey! It's in better shape than it was before.
I might hurt my head.
We'll be more careful. I just fooled you on Twitch. Ha ha!
Can I try something?
Yeah, not here. I'm drawing. Shoot! Get.
I want you to hold the other. No, I'm going to let go.
Oh, you're gonna let go of it. Alright. Can I please stream? This isn't a Let's Play stream. This is a mom's drawing stream. Why don't you go bother your brother? Why don't you go bother your brother? Go bother your brother.
No, you have to put it up there. And this time,
come on.
We will let go.
1,
2, 3.
Ow. Okay,
but
get.
I'll let it roll.
Get.
Can I play on your phone?
Yeah, fine. Take my phone.
But I can't touch any of Ryan's scenes.
What?
I tried to pause it. Who's this?
That's my friend. Well, that's my cousin. Here, don't worry about it. You fooled me on Twitch.
Mom.
Why you stop? Get. Get with that thing. Get.
It looks like a raindrop.
It does. Can I have another one? Another orange one?
Sure.
You mind if I eat it?
I don't mind if you eat it.
Oh, thank you. Home. Yay!
This one looks like a turd.
That's a potty word. Looks like a turd. It's a potty word.
No, like the little turds. No, the ones that we buy to everybody.
Get. It is. Do you know what a turd is? It's a poop.
Turds are not.
Turds are poops.
No.
Oh my god. Take that out of here. Get. Turds are poops.
No.
What do you think they are? Candy? Seriously. This, listen, if the stream picks that audio up, I get in trouble. It's copyright infringement, child. Take that out of here.
It's too loud. But I want you to turn it down. It's too loud. I want you to turn it down. Can you please turn it? Can you please turn it down?
That's fine. Get out of here. Shoo. Go away. Excuse me. Seriously. Alright, I've about had it with you. It's more egg-shaped, actually. You have the ribs. My cat just tripped over the light cord. It's got darker in here.
Can I see if he's okay? He's okay.
Good. Glad to know it. It's where the neck joins the body. So this is the spine. I appreciate that, WrestlerMania. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Wrestler. That's awesome. You're awesome. Hey, Wrestler, what's your channel about? Go ahead, feel free to pimp it out. I don't mind. Live streams, autism takes home videos, traveling, garden, wineries, and breweries. Ooh, wineries and breweries. That sounds really awesome. Ha. Autism takes home videos. That's really cool. I'm gonna definitely have to check you out. What's your most recent video, guys? I'm obviously streaming right now, so I'm not looking.
Head, shoulders,
Knees and toes, knees and toes.
no, let me do it. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes.
Eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears and mouth and nose.
Head, shoulders.
Knees and toes. Knees and toes.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears. And mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Let's go into the guts. Oh, that's right. It is Autism Awareness Month. I completely forgot about that because I don't pay attention to things like that. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. I am so sorry. That's a really, really, really cool video idea, man. Since it's Autism Awareness Month, we did an Autism Takes On Seed Germination video where my youngest son, who is autistic, teaches how to germinate seeds and calculate germination rate. Do you mind making noises? Oh! It can tickle you. Stop! That's pretty awesome. Eagle Scout, that's huge. It's so hard to keep a kid in Boy Scouts these days. I tried to do Boy Scouts with my son, and I just couldn't do it. I work over an hour away from where I live. And by the time I would get home, since the meetings were always on Thursdays, since the meetings were always on Thursdays at 7 o'clock, I would get home right when the meeting would start. So he was missing meetings, he was getting late to meetings, and because being a single parent with no other adult in the household, I don't have anybody to help me with that. I've asked relatives before. I've asked my cousin, I've asked my aunt, I've asked my mom. You know, I've asked around going, hey, I need somebody to get him to his meetings and to work with him on things. And when weekends would come around, there's no time for it. I feel like I failed him. And he was really interested in Scouts. He really wanted to do these things. He really wanted to go there and be with other boys and, you know. But I couldn't manage it. And it got to a point where I actually asked folks in the troop if there was any way that someone could help me out with picking him up so he could at least get to the meetings. And I asked for help, and I got nothing. So I don't know what that was all about. But it was what it was. So to hear that someone actually made it to Eagle Scout, that's really impressive. Because it takes a lot of dedication. It does, to be a scout. A lot of dedication and time and effort. So we did not have the time to do a lot of the fundraising events to my wife's work. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of effort. My son, as far as I know, I don't know. He's never been tested for autism, but he has ADHD, so focusing on things is tough. Oh yeah, those bigger outings are ridiculously expensive. I was going to try to get him to get to a camp because having that camp experience I think is important, but at the same time, the cost was outrageous for me. Even though his troop, they made enough money they could afford to send a handful of boys and like cut the costs overall for everyone. Um, it was a matter that I didn't have the money, and I told him I told at least one person there that I want my son to go, but I can't do the monthly payments until summer. I need to wait until my tax returns come in and give you the large lump sum payment all at once. And by the time I had the money and I was getting ready to give them like the cash in hand, they're like, oh, well, all the places are full. And I was like, I said that I wanted a spot. And he's like, well, I don't remember seeing anything about that. And my fault in all that, because it takes two to tango. My fault in all that was not reminding and emailing and replying to the list over and over again and making sure it was there. That was my fault in that. Because I can't expect somebody to remember that when they have like 20 some odd boys to oversee, you know. I mean, at the same time, yeah, sure, I did say something, but that doesn't mean that they're going to remember it.
Look at me, Mom. Mom. Mom.
What? Oh, you're silly girl. You're a silly girl. We went to a trip a few months back that were okay. Then we found another one about the same distance away that we visited. Oh, we saw a little better, transferred, never looked back. Yeah, my problem is the troop here is the closest one to us. And again, for me, it's a matter of being able to physically get to the meetings. And the further away it is, the less likely we'll get to the meetings. Which is sad, but it's the truth. Right, and a lot of the difference between troops can come down to the personality of the leaders. Since it, and I right now, can I tell you about a podcast? Yeah, go ahead. Feel free. What are you doing? Stop. So this is a short phone. This is a lot longer than that one. I don't know. Being a butthead. Can you stop being a butthead for a minute? I'd appreciate it if you would stop.
Yeah. You asked for this.
I did not ask you to kick me in the backside.
Yes, you did.
How did I ask for that?
By Lane.
Iona, please stop. Please stop. Don't even. Don't even. One, two, three, claw. Oh, Coach Eli, yes. Live to tape interview, supposed to drop on Monday on the Coach Eli channel. Talked about I Am Creator community, autism awareness, autism service dogs, and a few other things. That's really Coach Eli. I came across Coach Eli on Vloggers channel, and my first reaction to them was, and I don't know. I checked out a few of their videos and a couple of the things, and I like overall what Coach Eli's about. Generally speaking, he seems to be a very trying to push a more positive message overall across the board, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of belief, regardless of, like, the whole intent is to, seems from my understanding, is to live a more positive life. And I like those kinds of things. I'm actually subscribed to his channel too and catch some of his podcasts from time to time. I'll try to pay attention for that one to pop up. That's pretty awesome. So when they sit, they probably sit like this, not like this. Oh, wow, that leg is all kinds of messed up. I have to rethink that. So this is, and that is pelvis. Yeah. But he generally seems to be a decent person trying to serve important positive messages. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Take care, man. I can't wait to see both videos. That'd be awesome. I'd love to do some kind of collab at some point with some folks. Had opportunity for one, but for me, it's a time thing. It has to be very super, super simple. They have 4 toes. It's much better. finally got the anatomy on that down. There you go. Hmm. The scepter is actually also going to be like a wine glass.
Overdrive through the ship. Do we have?
Oh, yeah, excuse me. Really, really long. Those flight arms are really, really long.
Tigger, I love you. I'm going to let you out.
Bone, 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 bone. It's a single long finger. A wrist joint. And then one, two, three finger joints. Short one. One. 2, 3. Still got to figure out how that wing is going to fold up on the body. Alright, I'll have to think about that for a little while. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm going to end the stream here. I got a lot more work to do, and I got to take this to the client and talk to them about it a little bit more. I hope everyone has a good day. Don't forget. I don't know. Don't forget to subscribe.
And make sure you give us a big thumbs up.
And leave a comment or any questions you may have.
Yeah. And make sure you hit that subscribe.
Woo!